I have had this specific story in my head for at least 15 years. I've been playing with this idea for a long time. Funnily enough, it was a combination of things. I had just seen the first Pirates of the Caribbean in theaters. I freaking loved it. The romantic view, I guess, of like the pirate's life. And I wanted to take that and have fun with it and adapt it to a time period where it's like you've got more options with like guns and gadgets. And space pirates were something that I was familiar with from like anime. I always loved the concept, but it was never executed in a way that I liked or like I preferred. And so it was like I wanted to do my own spin on the concept of a space pirate. And I actually just like, I read through the concepts of like what real pirates did. Pirates were not these pure evil monsters, they actually, a lot of them kind of functioned on differing levels of morality, and I wanted to play around with that a little bit and, incorporate some historical stuff but into a futuristic setting. So I wanted to play with that, and I like the dynamics of like the character dynamics from Treasure Island, but done in a different way. Maybe mix a little bit of Ocean's 11 in there, maybe mix a little bit of. It was pretty much just, I picked and chose my favorite things from different genres, and I kind of blended them together.
Is this the cover to issue 2?
Yes. The cover was done by Jay Krager, and it's one of my favorite images, which is why
Who is the badass dude up there? Who is that?
That is our villain for issue 2. That is a pirate hunter.
I get the villain vibe off of him, so I dig that, yeah. I love the arm. Like, the cybernetic arm is badass.
He is a British naval officer who specializes in hunting pirates, and his name is Wellington. He's very unhinged. He's hunting them for what they did in issue 1. I can tell you without giving any, much of it away.
All right.
I can tell you that the big crux of issue 1 is that we meet our main character, Cyrus Lawson. He's very much the naive kid. Though he's had kind of a rough upbringing in his life. He's been pretty much bouncing around from colony to colony, and he's pretty much expecting to be kind of a small town sheriff. He's got a very heroic aspect to him, although he sees things very much in black and white. The pirates of the ship Hazard have invaded his settlement, looking for a piece of data that's going to lead to a treasure. Our boy is kidnapped by these pirates. So issue 2 picks up where he's kind of settling in on the ship, and he's pretty much got to learn to get over his very rigid sense of morality. And this is of course the cover for issue 1.
Is he the guy in the center there?
The guy in the center, yeah, that's Cyrus right there. And the big head here is the captain of the ship, and his name is Ivory. He is kind of the mascot of the series in a lot of ways, because he is your futuristic pirate. Instead of an eye patch, he has a really badass cybernetic eye. Ivory is my favorite character, I can tell you that. He's got the charismatic, wise-ass nature to him that I love. There's some folks they're working with that are less than savory.
Who else do we have on the cover of 1 here?
This is the quartermaster Serpent. He is second in command, and he also operates as the ship's resident con man. He'll don different disguises. He can act, he knows how to weasel his way into situations. We got Kodiak over here, who is the away team leader, and he is very much the no-nonsense hard ass. But I can tell you, he's got sort of a tragic past. And we've got Code, who is this gorgeous woman here. She's very much the computer engineer. She messes with using viruses on other ships. She doesn't talk a lot. She's got a hard edge to her in that, she'll pull a knife on you if you look at her funny. And over in the corner, we have got, this is Bit, the guy with the blonde hair. He is very new to the ship. He's sort of a hacking expert. Not in the same way as like Code. His big thing is like getting past security systems. He's very new to the crew. And then behind him, Fusebox, he's a he's a great character because he's going to develop a closer relationship with Cyrus because he's relatively young and he functions as the pilot for the ship. Ivory could pilot himself, but the thing is, Ivory is an alcoholic, so he's always drinking, so he pretty much can't drive. So Fusebox is the pilot, but in issue 1 they had him accompanying Bit to make sure that Bit didn't try to pull anything. And this is our boy Wellington. He hates pirates with a passion. He's like the dark side of Cyrus, I guess is the best way to think of that. Oh, and this is General. He's introduced in this issue, like right in the beginning, and he's the old timer on the ship. A rival pirate. He goes by the name Taurus. His ship is called the Magdalena. I would say he kind of foils Ivory. Ivory is more of a sly fox. He's a charmer. He's charismatic. Taurus is a bull, as his name suggests. Most of the images we've got here are promo images. I am going to try to incorporate these into the book. And they were all done by our interior artist, Juanito. And our colorist is Marcos Martin. I love the work they've been able to produce together. These are examples of some of the interior pages. They are going to be colored and everything. And these are the posters available. And this was another image done by Jay Krager. Wanted to do something with it because I love it. Ivory versus Wellington. This image was in issue 1. And
cool.
It's probably my favorite depiction of Hazard. Because the captain's name is Ivory, if you look at Hazard from the top down, it looks like an elephant head. So
that's really clever.
I freaking love that. And there's Kodiak again. This time done by Juanito. Oh yeah, and this was him doing another promo image.
How much of issue 2 do you have done?
All of the line art is done, but yeah, the main thing, we just need to get it colored and get it lettered. What in the quad?